guys are going to be down here because when you guys are up there, I guess there's all this rattling noise. So, anyways, working on this production value. So, today on the Prepping channel, where we do survival content with a smile, I'm your host, Prepperines. If you are not subscribed yet, please do that because it costs $0. $0. And it helps out the channel a lot. But let's get right into it. So Donald Trump has this spending freeze. What does it impact? Well, from what I reckon, it impacts financial grants, housing, education, all this stuff. And it's already like, the left are losing their freaking minds about it. They're trying to block it. A judge has already kind of put a halt on it, and basically until February 3rd. Now, on February 3rd, they're going to come to an agreement on whether this can move forward or not, because basically what they're saying, this judge is saying, is that they've kind of locked up congressional funds that have already been voted on to use for said things. And as we know, America loves to give their money away, our money away, to everyone with a heartbeat. So a lot of it's going everywhere, overseas, to the Ukraine. But I found this document that I wanted to share with you guys. It's super interesting. I don't know if you can see it here. You can see it right there, but this is what I'm reading from. It's the Executive Office of the President, Office of Management and Budget, dated January 27th, 2025. So Trump has this letter drawn up, and it says, it's labeled, if you guys want to look it up, M-25-13, Memorandum for Heads of Executive Departments and Agencies. Now, what did I just say? Like, what is this, like, spending freeze going to lock up? Well, it doesn't sound like it's going to lock up much, but from this letter, I don't know how you could really understand it any other way than it's going to lock up almost everything, which is kind of crazy. So listen to this letter, dude. It's nuts. So, from Matthew J. Veith, Acting Director, Office of Management and Budget, subject, temporary pause of agency grant loan and other financial assistance programs. The American people elected Donald J. Trump to be President of the United States and gave him a mandate to increase the impact of every federal taxpayer dollar. In fiscal year 2024, of the nearly $10 trillion that the federal government spent, more than $3 trillion was federal financial assistance, such as grants and loans. Career and political appointees in the executive branch have a duty to align federal spending and action with the will of the American people as expressed through presidential priorities. Financial assistance should be dedicated to advancing administration priorities, focusing taxpayer dollars to advance a stronger and safer America, eliminating the financial burden of inflation for citizens, unleashing American energy and manufacturing, and ending wokeness and the weaponization of government, promoting efficiency in government, and making America healthy again. The use of federal resources to advance Marxist equity, transgenderism, and Green New Deal social engineering policies is a waste of taxpayer dollars. Who would have thought? It's a waste of taxpayer dollars that does not improve the day-to-day lives of those we serve. So anyways, caveat to this. So what it does not affect Social Security payments and Medicare, okay? So this memorandum requires federal agencies to identify and review all federal financial assistance programs and supporting activities consistent with the president's policies and requirements. For example, during the initial days of his administration, President Donald J. Trump issued a series of executive orders to protect the American people and safeguard valuable taxpayer resources, including protecting the American people against invasion, reevaluating and realigning the United States foreign aid, putting American first in international environmental agreements, unleashing American energy, and ending radical and wasteful government DEI programs, and preferencing defending women from gender ideology extremism, and restoring biological truth to the federal government, and enforcing the Hyde Amendment. These executive orders ensure that the federal funds are used to support hardworking American families. I mean, this is a huge plus. This is a win. Total win. Like, the one thing that I realized, where like really kind of hit me that I wasn't, you know, a Republican, that I was actually just conservative, was it was like the final rollout of the what was that? This was like the final stimulus check when like all the freaking politicians voted for us to like donate money to Sudan's gender studies and plant studies in other countries that weren't here. I was like, dude, these politicians, Republican or Democrat, don't give a damn about you and me, man. They don't. So, anyways, let's continue while I do my little freaking rant because I'm getting pissed off. To implement these orders, each agency must complete a comprehensive analysis of their federal financial assistance programs to identify programs, projects, and activities that may be implicated by any of the president's executive orders. In the interim, to the extent permissible under applicable law, federal agencies must temporarily pause all activities related to obligation or disbursement of all federal financial assistance and other relative agency activities that may be implicated by executive orders, including but not limited to financial assistance for foreign aid, boom, non-governmental organizations, boom, DEI, woke gender ideology, and the Green New Deal. Dude, this is huge. Like I said, if you guys are just coming in now, this document is called M-25-13, Memorandum for Heads of Executive Departments and Agencies. So the spending freeze, however, you might think is like kind of limited in its scope. And yes, it's going to be shut down until February 3rd, but we will reconvene then. This thing is huge. It's shutting down almost everything except for these essential Medicare and Social Security payments. Chief Abinet, I'm glad that you've joined us. So the temporary pause will provide the administration time to review agency programs and determine the best use of funding for those programs consistent with the law and the president's priorities. The temporary pause will become effective on January 28th, 2025 at 5 p.m. I'd say we're just about there for my time. Anyways, yeah, check this document out, you guys. It's a little bit more telling than what's being, you know, reported on the news as far as what I can tell. So anyhow, in the meantime, this is Prepperines giving you an update for the Trump spending freeze. If you thought any of this information was good, was great, was horrible, if you thought it was horrible, just go ahead and hit the thumbs up like 3 times. Don't subscribe. If you did find it useful, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. This is Prepperines.